everyone, my name is Jennifer Mota, and today I'm going to be showing you some simple yoga poses that you can do at home. A lot of folks think that yoga is just about twisting your body into some strange postures, or that you have to be really flexible to do yoga, but that's simply not the case. Yoga really is the connection between our mind, our body, and our breath. And so with this, it really allows us to have this deeper connection to ourselves, live in the present moment. It really allows us to de-stress and relax. Really, yoga can be done at any point in your life, any age, and it really can be modified to benefit any person depending on their physical limitations. Some of the benefits that can arise from doing yoga are that folks feel more energized. They do have better posture over time. It increases their flexibility and their strength. It really helps with their circulation, their digestive system. It helps to lower the bad cholesterol, raises the good cholesterol. And it also helps relieve stress, of course. And the best thing of all is, by the time you're doing this, while you're doing all of this, you are burning calories as well, which is really important. So let's get started. Okay, let's go ahead and begin. The first pose I will be demonstrating is a standing arm reach. Let's go ahead and come to a standing position. Let's go ahead and make sure that our feet are nice and planted into the ground. Standing nice and tall, let's go ahead and begin by inhaling, reaching our arms all the way towards the head, and then exhaling, lowering the arms down. We can do this for at least between 5 to 10 breaths. So go ahead and take your time with it. Inhaling up, reaching the arms, extending fully through, and exhaling down, lowering them nice and slow. Okay, let's go ahead and come to a seated position. A lot of the times we have a lot of stress and tension that mounts in our back and neck area. So let's go ahead and work with our shoulders, and we'll do a few shoulder rolls. So what we'll do here is you want to slowly, as you're in seated position, make sure that your back is straight. Slowly raise your shoulders up and roll backwards. Keeping your back straight, remember, and bringing your shoulder blades together as best you can. And you want to do this, obviously, including your breath, most importantly. And so you can do these a few breaths in, 3 to 5 breaths as you like. And once you've done one side, go ahead and reverse the shoulder rolls the opposite way. Again, making sure to incorporate the breath with the movement. Now let's go ahead and come to a kneeling position. This is one of my favorite poses that's very beneficial. It's called the cat-cow pose. It helps with the shoulders, with the lower back. And so let's go ahead and assume a kneeling position. I want you to go ahead and widen your knees, hip width apart, toes pointing back, making sure your knees are lying directly under the hips. Place your hands on the floor, wrists directly underneath the shoulders, keeping elbows as straight as possible. Exhale, tilting the pelvis forward and round upward and tuck chin. Inhale, flatten the back and extending and lengthening the spine. Lift your head up and look forward. Think about these movements as you're going in and out of them. Think about a cat stretching in the morning, getting up and then going into cow pose. Hold each movement for 3 to 5 seconds and repeat at least 5 times. The next pose that I will be showing you is downward facing dog. Let's go ahead and stay in the kneeling position. We'll begin placing the hands shoulder width apart. Our wrists don't have to be aligned exactly, but they can be a little ahead under our shoulders. But we want to make sure our knees are definitely aligned under our hips. So again, we'll go ahead, place the hands shoulder width apart, curl your toes under the feet, and grip the mat firmly with the toes. What we want to do next here is we want to lift off with the knees, pressing through the shoulders, arms and hands into a bent knee crouched position, bringing the hips towards the heels. Then lifting the pelvis to the ceiling, we draw our hips back and up, looking at the knees. They should be hip distance apart, aligned with your pelvis. For a lot of folks, this is a little bit of a difficult position because they're not able to get their heels to touch the ground, and I think that that is okay. With time and practice, you will be able to get your heels to touch the ground. But for most part, what you can do is you can try to alternate your knees by bending to work the flexibility into those hamstrings. So again, the heels may or may not touch the ground, but you can try to straighten the legs as much as possible. Again, trying to bend the knees to work that flexibility into the hamstrings. Allow the chest to drop towards the mat, keeping the head in line with the upper arms, keeping the neck loose and relaxed. We can hold this position for 5 full breaths, really enjoying the expansion, really enjoying the breath in this posture that's very beneficial. The next pose I will be demonstrating is the revolved abdomen pose. This gives us a good stretch in our spinal column. Let's go ahead and begin lying flat on our backs onto the mat. Let's bring the knees into the chest. Take the right hand and place it on the outside of the left knee, making sure to keep the feet flexed. You can sink into this, not allowing our shoulders to come up from off the ground, trying to keep them touching the ground as best as possible. Go ahead and take a few breaths in here. Let's go ahead and come back to the center. And of course, let's go ahead and do the other side. So turn the head over to the left shoulder, keeping the knees bent. Place the left hand on the outside of the right knee and turn to the right side. Again, we can hold this for 1 to 2 minutes, inhaling in, exhaling out, most importantly. Again, we can do this, repeat on both sides. Again, taking the right hand, placing it on the outside of the left knee. Holding that for a few breaths. Then coming back to the center. And again, let's go ahead and try the left side. So keeping the knees bent, placing that left hand on the outside of that right knee and turning to the right side. The last pose that I want to do with you all today is child's pose. We're back on our knees. We're going to try to extend, sitting as far back onto our heels as we can. We're going to go ahead and place the forehead on the floor, extending our palms out, facing down. This pose stretches the spine and releases tension from the body. It's good to take a few breaths in this pose. Ideally, we want to hold this pose for at least 3 to 5 seconds. This pose really also helps to massage our inner organs and give us a real nice deep stretch along that spine. So thank you so much for taking the time to share your practice with me. And I hope to see you soon back on the mat, because remember, your health matters. Namaste.